Hey, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are getting into one of the most critical and, let's be honest, sometimes frustrating parts of being a creator, the YouTube thumbnail. We're going to break down exactly what makes an image so powerful that people just have to click. So let me ask you this. Just think about it for a second. What's the single most important part of your video? Is it your slick editing, your perfect script, maybe your crystal clear audio? Look, all of that stuff is absolutely crucial for keeping someone watching, but none of it matters if they never click on the video in the first place. And this is the key. It's the whole idea for today, really. The source material for this explainer just says it perfectly. That entire journey for a viewer starts with that one little image. It's not just some decoration, It's the front door. On a platform like YouTube, with millions, and I mean millions of videos all fighting for eyeballs, your thumbnail is your one shot to make someone stop scrolling. It's your movie poster, it's your book cover, and it's your headline all rolled into one powerful punch. Getting this right isn't just a good idea, it's everything. Okay, so where do we even begin? Well, it's probably not where you think. We're not opening up Canva or Photoshop, not yet. The first step, and this might feel a little backwards, is to observe. Before you even think about creating, you need to become a student of what already works. I know, this can feel a little weird. Don't be original, but trust me, this is the fastest way to get good fast. Stop trying to reinvent the wheel. The top creators in your niche have already spent years and probably thousands of dollars testing what gets clicks. Your job is to be a detective, analyze their success, and learn from it. And here's how you do it. It's actually a super simple process. First, find a top channel you really admire in your space. Then, take a screenshot of their, say, 9 or 12 most recent videos. Line them up. And just look. What are the patterns? What's consistent about the backgrounds, the text, the images they use? And then, and this is my favorite part, scroll all the way back to their oldest videos. I guarantee you, seeing how they started will be the best motivation you've ever had. So let's put this into practice. Let's take a creator like Ali Abdaal. When you really break down his thumbnails, you see it's a system, not just random art. The background? It's almost always something simple. A solid color, a blurred room, so that the main subject just pops right out. The human element? There's always an expressive face making a connection. Then you've got the visual hook, right? An icon, a logo, something that signals the topic in an instant. And the text? It's short, 2 to 4 big, bold words, making a clear promise. See? It's a formula. All right, so now that we know how to do our homework, we can start to see that all of this research, all these successful examples, can be boiled down into a really simple, memorable formula. This is the heart of it all, a 3-part recipe you can use for pretty much every thumbnail you make from here on out. Just 3. That's it. That's the magic number. All of that complexity, all those options, it all boils down to just 3 core building blocks. You have to remember, when someone's scrolling through their feed, simplicity is what cuts through all that noise. Okay, element number 1, the background. I want you to think of this as your channel's unique fingerprint. It's not just a color you picked that day, it's the foundation of your visual brand. Whether it's a specific color palette, maybe a certain kind of texture, or a particular style of photo, the goal is that when someone is scrolling, your background alone makes them pause and go, oh, I know whose video that is. Next up, element 2, the hook. This is the star of the show, okay? This is the one single thing that's designed to grab attention and spark some kind of emotion or curiosity. It could be your face, but with a really strong expression, like shock or excitement. It could be a bold icon that immediately tells you the topic. The key here is that it has to be one thing, singular and powerful. Give the brain one clear idea to lock on to. And finally, element 3 is the text. Now, the rule here is super strict. We're talking 2 to 6 words maximum. And honestly, 3 or 4 is usually the sweet spot. And you have to remember, this text is not a description of what's in the video. It is a promise to the viewer. It has to be big, bold, and so clear that they can read it and get the value prop in a split second. And this right here is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Just look at the difference. On the left, you have a comprehensive guide to creating passive income with writing. Yeah, it's descriptive, but it's kind of boring, right? It's weak. Now look at the right. Write once, earn forever. That's not a description. That is a powerful emotional promise. That's what gets the click. It proves it. Less is so much more. So you've got your 3 elements. Your thumbnail is starting to look pretty good. But how do we take it from just good to great? Let's talk about a couple of pro-level checks that can seriously elevate your work. Here are 2 absolute game changers. First is the zoom out test. Once you've designed your thumbnail, shrink it way down, like to the size it would be on a phone screen in the corner. Can you still tell what it is? Is the text still readable? If not, you need to simplify. Second, here's a modern trick, the AI sanity check. Take your image, upload it to a tool like ChatGPT, and just ask it, is this compelling? Does it make you want to click? The brutally honest feedback you can get from an AI is, well, it's incredibly valuable. And if you're ever sitting there wondering why we're obsessing over this so much, just look at where your views actually come from. The vast majority are from YouTube's recommendations and people browsing the homepage. And in both of those places, the only things they have to judge your video are the thumbnail and the title. So it is no exaggeration at all to say that your thumbnail, it is your marketing department. And I want you to remember, this whole thing isn't about learning one skill and then checking it off your list. Mastering the art of the thumbnail, it's a process. It's a never-ending journey of learning, of testing, and of refining your craft. And here is the proof. Every single top creator you look up to, they all started with thumbnails that were, well, kind of bad. They were cluttered, the text was way too small, the message was totally unclear. But over time, they learned, they simplified, and eventually they mastered this formula. This should be so encouraging to you. Your journey just starts now. Ultimately, if you take one thing away from all of this, let it be this. Great thumbnails are not about being a Photoshop wizard. They are about mastering empathy. They're about getting inside your audience's head. What do they actually want? What problem are you solving for them? What's the one promise you can make that they simply can't refuse? It all comes back to understanding your viewer. So I'm going to leave you with this one question to think about for your own channel. Every single thumbnail you create is a promise. So look at your content, look at your ideas, and ask yourself, what is the single most compelling promise I can make to my audience right now? If you can get that right, you've unlocked the whole secret.